Thank you, Ms. Toastmistress. I'm refreshed to be here today, especially that it's August. And I'm your table topic master for today. What I'll do is that I'll call on three speakers. I already have found out the names who do not have any roles. And I'll give them the topic and they'll have to talk impromptu on that specific topic. Something regarding vacations. Uh, so the last longest vacation I had was back in 2002. That was for 1 month long. That was the first time I went back to my home country after coming here in US for my master's. So I still love that and I've never had that kind of a vacation since then. Even having like a 1 week worth of vacation now is a luxury. So I always long for having that kind of a vacation. Now going back to table topics, first I would like to call on Bob. Bob, your topic is that if you were to take a vacation with three famous people, they could be politicians, sports persons, singers, players, you name it, who would they be and where would you go?
It's living or dead? Living, right?
Anyone.
Okay.
Living, probably.
You all know who I am. I have actually been, I guess technically if you're retired, cannot really go on a vacation because you're on a permanent vacation, but I would call trips vacations, and I've recently taken a couple. We went to Maine with my wife's family, and we went to the Cape with my wife's friends. As far as famous people that I would like to, I am interested in politics, so I would probably pick politicians. I would maybe like to have Bill and Hillary Clinton go on a trip with them. That would want me to name three people. There'd be a lot of questions that I want to ask, why they think they lost the last election and what they think about Trump is doing. So going back to famous people, I guess if I could take somebody that was not alive, you were allowing that. How about Abraham Lincoln? I would like to ask old Abe. He comes back from the dead and he's able to see the history of the 200, what's it, 100, maybe 100 years that he's dead. What does he think about his Republican Party? Does he recognize the Republican Party of today and what's happened to it? It's really the complete opposite now of what he envisioned. Freeing the slaves, I know he kind of made that decision politically. At one point he said he would allow states to be free, but looking at going back to Donald Trump, and what do you think of what's happened to the Republican Party? So those are my thoughts. Thanks for the opportunity.
Next, I would like to call on Brian. And Brian, can you describe your dream vacation for us? And have you had it so far? And if yes, you can talk about it, or if you haven't had it, we would love to hear about it.
Okay. I think my dream vacation would be to perhaps spend 2 months traveling by train around Europe. I was fortunate enough to be able to spend 3 weeks traveling through Italy back in 1998 by myself with a backpack. And I did a lot of what I wanted to do. I slept on an exploding volcano north of Sicily. I visited Florence and Rome and the Colosseum, and went up to the Alps and slept on the Matterhorn. And it was a tremendous dream vacation that I had. But I think there's much more to see in Europe. I visited England very briefly in March, and I've never been to France. My brother sent me pictures of his trip to France and to see the Versailles Gardens, and it's just so much there. I find Europe very appealing. like to explore the country of England, the countryside. My wife has a relative that lives in the south, and she has 100 acres down there. And I can't imagine what it would be like to wake up on a farm in English countryside. I have no desire to go to the North Pole or the South Pole. I can barely make it through our New England winters. So my favorite vacation would be 2 months by train in Europe.
We still have time for one more, right?
Yeah, maybe two.
Maybe on two?
Yeah, you need to finish about 16 minutes.
Okay. So next I would like to call on Europe. And so do you want to tell us about a memory of a vacation that you wish you would not have taken?
So I didn't have my card. I thought it was very interesting what Bob said regarding vacations and being in retirement. Your permanent vacation, right? But my thought about vacations, when I took them, and took many, is they make you very tired. I mean, you can't wait to do this, you can't wait to do that, you can't wait to get home and rest. So my thought about vacation at this point is nil. But what I also thought a great deal about is what Robbie talked about. And that obviously was trade. And the, what they call the balance between the U.S. and China, and how far off it is. But it really isn't. And the real reason it isn't is because China produces what we cannot produce anymore. And that's clothes, shoes, all kinds of products. Why can they produce it? Because what people charge over there to work is 100 times less than what we would charge. And these products supply people who can't afford socks for their kids in Walmart. They can't afford underwear. They can't afford a lot, except that China's good graces and the products that come from there make these products affordable. The other thing is, we really don't want those jobs. There were jobs in shoe factories, there were jobs in garment factories, and they were horrible jobs. They were labor intensive, usually in dirty places. They weren't good for your health, and they certainly weren't good for your mind. China has taken this on. First, the jobs were taken by Japan, then they moved to Taiwan, and then they moved to China. And my feeling about the trade imbalance is that it's the best thing that ever happened. And the worst part of it is that when you put these tariffs on the product, guess who pays for it? The ladies who go into Walmart, who cannot afford socks for their kids. And now we're paying that much more money. So it doesn't punish China. It punishes the poor consumer. And China knows that. I wish President Trump, I hate to put president in front of Trump, America, it's there, will learn what he has done to America again.
So, yeah, I don't think we have time for one more, so thank you.
Yeah, you got one more.
One more?
Yes, do one.
I can do one.
You can, okay, yeah. So Brandon, I would like you to talk about, so imagine like fast forward yourself, say, I don't know, 50 years.
Oh.
So nowadays, like, imagine that we are able to go to Mars or Moon. So would you like to go on a vacation to Mars and or Moon? And what will you do when you go there?
I know the answer. You didn't think I had this one, but I do. I'm going to go to a planet that's mostly swamp, and I'm going to learn to become a Jedi by my master Yoda. Because it does exist. It's Star Wars after all, so you're going to find that planet eventually, and I'm going to find it in my jet space fighter. I never know the name of those things. My spaceship. My awesome spaceship, and I'm going to find that planet, and I'm going to come back with all this knowledge, and I'm going to meet a little green man, and I'm going to confront my fears, mostly I'm probably gonna eventually come a fear of how the heck am I gonna get back to Earth? That would be refreshing if I could send a postcard like a million light years away back home to another planet. And wonder if they ever got it, because it's gonna take how long for me to get a correspondence back to tell me that they got it. But I'm actually being semi-serious. I wish the whole Star Wars thing really existed. The scenario of Star Wars was to, I think it's fairly obvious, to swap planets for countries. I don't know if I think is that obvious? So, okay, so, but I think it would be a cool idea, and it's great to imagine, and I believe it does exist. That's what dreams are about. So, thank you. Number text, by the way. I thought I said already.
Thank you, Mahesh. Next, we have the speech evaluation.